بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تمسك بسنته بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. After praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending the salutations upon the Messenger alayhi salatu wassalam, upon his family, his companions, and upon all those who follow upon his guidance and to the establishment of the last day. To proceed, ikhwan, Allahumma inna na'udhu bika min ilmin la yanfa' wa min qalbin la yakhsha' wa min nafsin la tashba' wa min du'a'in la yusma'. Verily, Allah, we seek refuge with you from knowledge that has no benefit, and from a heart that has no fear, and from a soul that has no satisfaction nor contentment, and from a dua that goes unanswered, and from a dua that goes unanswered. فَنَوَاسِلُ مَعَكُمْ عَوْنًا مِنَ الرَّحْمَنِ الرَّحِيمِ. So we continue in this blessed and aid in the assistance of our Lord, the most merciful and the most compassionate. مستفيدين متعلمين من اللغة العربية, as we continue to learn and educate ourselves, deriving benefit from the science of the Arabic language. فلأصحاب الكتب, for all those that have the book, وصلنا إلى 84. We're still on page number, we have arrived at page number 84. Page number 84. طيب, فمن يذكر لنا آخر فائدة تعلمناها قبله? Who can mention the last benefit we had the honor to share or to learn in the class?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you, Sheikh?
Alhamdulillah. Went over the present tense, and before we did it before, like that had that.
Jamila.
And we had went over the noon before, and that was for we are writing.
Jamila.
And the tie, we went over the tie, the dual, and the tie is feminine.
MashaAllah.
That's what I remember so far.
Okay, may Allah bless you, أخي. وهذا صحيح, and that's correct. كنا متكلمين عن أحرف المضارع. About the letters of the مضارع. قولوا نكتب. If we were to say نكتب, we are writing. فهنا كلمة we موجود في حرف النون. So here the word we is found in the noon. The noon here represents we. The noon نحن. والألف لأنا, and the aleph is for I. The aleph. أنا. فمثلا, if we were to say أذهب إلى المدرسة. Man يترجم, who can translate?
I am am going to the school.
MashaAllah. I am going to the school. Correct. Sahih. Going to the school. جميلا. أحسنت. طيب. فأين الآي? So where is the word I?
In the Aleph.
أحسنت. In the Aleph. So this Aleph here represents I. أنا. اذهبوا. أنا. I am going. طيب. جميلا. فأيضا كنا متكلمين عن إذا الفعل جاء بعد الاسم. جاء بعد الاسم. And we also mentioned another benefit when the verb comes after the noun. الفعل جاء بعد الاسم. When the verb comes after is mentioned first and then the verb. ففي هذا السياق in this structure here يا إخوان على الفعل أن يوافق مع الاسم في شيئين اثنين. في شيئين, since when the verb comes after the noun, then it has to agree with the noun in two things. When the verb comes after the noun, it has to agree with the noun in two things. أحدهما, what's one of them?
Gender.
In gender. And the second?
Number.
أحسنت. العدد. And gents, in gender and in number. In gender and in number. طيب. فقال المؤلف حفظه الله تعالى. So the author, he says, المسلم يعبد إلها واحدا. So the author, he says, we'll write this on the board. المسلم يعبد إلها واحدا. And the Muslim deity. Oops. One deity, one God. يعبد, and this should be a Hamza. طيب. أين الشاهد هنا? Where is the point here? What's the point here? Who's paying attention?
Match.
أي الفعل يوافق مع الاسم. The verb agree. Now, الفعل يوافق مع الاسم. The verb agrees with the noun. Why does it have to agree with the noun after the noun? If the verb comes after the noun, it has to agree with the noun in two things. Memorize that, ya ikhwan. احفظوا هذا. Memorize that. If the verb comes after the noun, it agrees with two things. الفعل يوافق مع الاسم. Why do they agree? Because the verb comes after. فالمسلم هنا مذكر. Write this down يا إخوان. The is masculine. مذكر. The word Muslim in this is masculine. The word Muslim is masculine. مذكر. So يعبد is مذكر. I have to agree. We use the ya because it's masculine. ومسلم أيضا مفرد. And Muslim is also مفرد. Singular. So the verb that follows it has to also be singular. جاء بعد الاسم يوافق معه في شيئين. If the verb comes after the noun, it agrees with it in two things. في الجنس in gender, والعدد and number. That's it. طيب هنا المسلمة. So now we have the word المسلمة. كملنا بعض هذا. We did some of this drill. I believe we did the first three. So we're going to use the noun that is between the brackets, and with the sentence, the verb is the only thing that's going to change here. We have to make the verb agree with the noun. So for example here, al-muslimatu. So we have to make the verb agree with muslimatu. Al-muslimatu. So the verb we're going to use is, once again, abada. So this one becomes al-muslimatu ta'abudu ilahan, and then you finish the sentence wahidan. So I did the first one. Al-muslimatu ta'abudu ilahan wahidan. The female Muslim, she worships one deity. So let's finish this drill inshallah, and then we'll go to the next drill inshallah ta'ala. And this sukoon should be over the lam, and this should be a dhamma. So the next word, so we're going to keep the sentence the same, ilahan wahidan. All we're changing is the verb. علينا أن نجعل الفعل أن يوافق مع الاسم. All we're doing is making the verb agree with the noun. That's it. So number 2, آلية تفضلي. المسلمان.
المسلمان يعبدان إلها واحدا.
المسلمان يعبدان إلها. ما شاء الله جميلا. Male Muslims. Now it's 2 of them. The 2 male Muslims. يعبدان. They worship one deity. إلها واحدا. جميلا. So مسلماني is used. So the verb يعبدان changes because the noun that precedes is in the dual. So the verb has to be in the dual. No. Ahsanti. Abu Daim, number 2, or number 3 rather. Al-Muslimatani.
Al-Muslimatani.
Good.
It's going to be Ta'budani.
Good.
Ilaha wahidu.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Correct. Al-Muslimatani ta'abudani ilahan wahidan. MashaAllah. Correct. Wahidan. Where's my alif? They should have an alif too. Sani alif. طيب. المسلمتان تعبدان إلها واحدا. MashaAllah. May Allah bless you. Those 2 female Muslims, they worship one deity. Jamil, what does the ikhwan? No one else joined yet? Ain't Abu Zubayr or Sheikh Nakir? So I make dua for our sister Sakini ikhwan. Is sick right now and is going to get an operation. So keep your sister, her family in your dua. No. Muslimuna. Who's turn? Alia, Kamili.
المسلمون يعبدون إلها.
Ya'buduna. Naam. Now the verb has to agree. Al-Muslimun is the plural. Ya'buduna. So the noun and the plural has to be used. Al-Muslimuna ya'buduna ilahan wahidan. Jamilan. Al-Muslimuna ya'buduna ilahan wahidan. Allahu Akbar. Al-Muslimatu, the female Muslims, 3 or more. تفضل أبو ضعيم. المسلمات. كمل.
Sheikh, I'm still in catch-up mode. I'm lost with this one.
لا بس give it a try.
Al-Muslimati. Okay. Al-Muslimati. Would it still start with time since it's feminine, so it's multiple. So it's would it be ta'abuduna?
Ta'abuduna. Super close. Hold on 1 second, ya ikhwan. Hold on 1 second. طيب, now this one here, ya ikhwan. Ali Ainihi. Help him out.
المسلمون أو المسلمات
Our brother says Al-Muslimu ya'budu ilahan wahidan. Correct. MashaAllah, the singular is mentioned, so you have to use the singular. Naam. طيب, this one here. How did my things do that?
المسلمات تعبدون
تقربتي. طيب, here يا إخوان. Now this one is kind of tricky. طيب, this one is kind of tricky. Number 1, you barely hear it. No one usually speaks. Firstly, لا يوجد كثير من الإخوة يتكلمون بالعربية الآن. على الأسف ونعوذ بالله. هن 3 or more females in the 3rd person. المسلمات. طيب. So the verb is abada. Abada. Now, one more time.
With the sukun after on ya'budna.
It will be ya'budna. That's correct. So now with hunna and the madari, yusawi becomes ya'budna. Slightly. What does it contradict? We learned that the ya is for the masculine. And that's sahih, that's correct. In every example, except this one. In every example, except this one. So usually you see the ya automatically is masculine. Either singular, the dual, or the plural. Automatically. Except here. This is the only ya that a female is referred to. For whatever reason, the Arab, the people of the Arabic language, when they talking to a female directly, more than one, 3 or more, but they're talking to her, they use the ta. So, for example, antunna, ta'budna. Now you're talking to 3 or more women. You would say antunna ta'budna. You 3 or more women. You 3 or more women. 3 plus are worshipping to the end of the sentence. So although it's feminine, so you would think they would use the ta. But for whatever reason, في أي ما سبب ما لا عالم سبب, I don't know the reason. هذا عند لغتهم, this in their language. يستخدمون الياء فيهن. So they use the ya when they're talking about the hunna. So this is the only time the ya is going to be used and is not being referenced to the masculine. So memorize that. So hunna is going to be ya, and tunna is going to be ta. So that's ya, you think masculine. That's true except in this example. So the sentence should read al-muslimatu ya'budna ilahan wahidan. Let's make this a little bigger. So that one is kind of tricky. Number 1 anymore. Number 2, those who study it don't really use it. Number 3, you don't really hear this phrase used a lot. And this reminded to myself, firstly, ikhwan, we have to remember that the Arabic language is worship. Or studying it, rather, is worship. Number 2, we are in need of it. Many Muslims, they say, well, I'm not really interested in studying Arabic right now. That's fine. You don't have to be interested in it. No problem. But you're still in need of it. How am I in need of it? What do you mean? No matter what I study from Islam, if it's religious, I'm in need of some knowledge of the Arabic language. I don't have to be a great sheikh. I don't have to be Ibn Hajar, Al-Shafi'i, Ibn Taymiyyah. No. Allah didn't command you to do that. But you have to تأخذ شيئا ما من أوقاتك اليومية لتدرس فيها شيئا من اللغة العربية. But no matter what our level is, we have to take some time of our day, some time of the night, and study something from the Arabic language. Don't, may Allah forbid, my understanding of Islam can only go but so far. It doesn't mean you can't understand Islam. No. It doesn't mean you can't increase yourself in knowledge. No. It doesn't mean you can't study Islam. No. But no matter how you study, how you memorize, if everything you do is in English, your understanding but so far. No matter how good the translator is, how good the translation is, it's still not through the original language. So you have to study something from the Arabic to understand the Quran. It's impossible. or you're just studying translation? To study hadith, you have to study something from the Arabic language. Where else? Or if not, you're just learning hadith through English. Every time you narrate upon the Messenger of Allah, you're going to lie upon him. Every time. Because he never spoke one word in English. So when you say the Messenger of Allah said, and you say it in English, you just lied upon your Prophet. He never said it like that. So you have to say, this is the meaning of what the Prophet said, or the translation of what the Prophet said, or was rendered into English language, or shay'un ma, or kalimatun ma fi hadha al-ma'na, or something that has that meaning. But you can't say the Prophet said, and then quote something in a language he never spoken. That's incorrect. That opposes the reality. For example, we have to say the meaning of what the Prophet said, or this is the translation of what the Prophet said. So when you get studying your Arabic, when you get tired, it's going to wear you out, it's going to make you fatigued, it's going to stress you. Yes, just remember, is worship, and you get a reward for all of the ta'ab, all of the exhaustion, and all of the efforts that you put forth. You're going to get a reward for it. أنت تمشي إلى المسجد وتعبت فأنت مأجور إذا أتيت لله تعالى. You're walking to the masjid. You didn't drive today, you walked. And it was hard on you, but you walked. With every step, you get a reward. Allahu Akbar. Every step. If you're doing so sincerely. The woman تطبخ طعاما لزوجها ولعائلتها في هذا الطبخ هي مأجورة أو مأجورة إذا تكون مخلصة لله تعالى. The women, the wives, she's cooking food for her husband and her family. Something as small as cooking oatmeal. What else you like, ikhwan? Grits. What's something, another small one? Eggs, something simple. Rice, water, heat. That's it. And rice. طيب. Every action that she's doing to make this rice, heating up the pot, cleaning the pot, pouring, the action of pouring it on the kettle, adjusting the fire. Every action here is worship. And she's rewarded. Allahu Akbar. Unless she's not sincere. If she's sincere, that's worship. Walking to the masjid is worship if the person is sincere. For example, seeking knowledge. If you're showing off, I just want my Salafiyya check. I'm on the Sunnah check time card to be stamped. Look at me. I'm here. Sign my name. Not like that. You're coming for Allah's sake. If you're sincere, everything you did to lead up to that is worship. You sitting in the class, worship. Listening to the reminder, worship. إِذَا تَكُونُ مُخْلِصَةً أو مُخْلِصًا لله. If you're sincere. Seeking knowledge of the Arabic language, هذا فن, science, from the sciences of Islam. No. طيب نرجع إلى الدرس. Let's return back to the lesson. قال أكمل كما في النموذج. Complete as it comes in the following example. النموذج, example. الكافرة, the female non-Muslim, disbeliever. الكافرة عبدت إلهة كثيرا. So the author says the kafira, she worships many deities. So now سنمشي من المضارع إلى الماضي. Now this is one of my favorite drills, ya ikhwan. Now the author is coming from the مضارع to the ماضي. And المضارع to the ماضي. Oh yeah. المضارع إلى الماضي. طيب فائدة يا إخوان, a benefit أقسام أوقات ثلاثة. A benefit. Now we're coming from the present tense verb. To the past tense verb. طيب, a benefit. أقسام الأوقات ثلاثة. Write this down, يا إخوان. The categories of time, there are three. The categories, the breakdown, the division of time, there are three. Now we get into a little bit of grammar. أقسام الأوقات ثلاثة. The categories of time are three. The categories of time are three. طيب, الآن نتكلم عن الوقت ليس عن الفعل. Now pay attention here, يا إخوان. Our brother says, اللهم اشفيها تماما اللهم آمين. اللهم آمين. May Allah cure our sister with the complete curing. Allahumma ameen. Ameen. طيب, now we're talking about what? Time, not verbs. Write this down. أقسام الأوقات. The categories of time are three. So this benefit here, we're talking about time, not verbs. And then we'll talk about verbs. طيب, الأول, the first one is, what's the first part of time? الماضي, the past. الماضي, the past. I want you to memorize these three, ikhwan. For homework, we're going to write this 10 times. First category of time, al-madi, the past. Al-madi.
I got a quick question.
Tfadal.
The word al-awqati, is that the word for category or is that the word for time?
That's the word for times. Aqsam will be categories. Awqat is the plural of time. So remember, Arabic is right to left, English left to right. So the words are going to be flipped. When you translate them, in English you're going to start from the left. Arabic is the right.
I get, because every time I thought was a science, it was like time. So
there are multiple words. The word sa'a that have the same meaning. The word sa'a doesn't mean the generality of time. The word sa'a can mean an hour, which is a part of time. Sa'a can also mean a watch. Sa'a can also mean a clock. And sa'a can also mean right now. No, you say, I'm about to go to the masjid. She says, when? You say, as-sa'a, right now. Like that. So there are many times or many words that are synonyms to one another, even in Arabic. No. طيب. The second type is al-hadir, the present. Al-hadir. وكثير من الإخوة يظنون أن المضارع بمعنى الحاضر وهذا خطأ وهذا خطأ. Many of the students of the Arabic language, they make an error. They believe, they perceive that the present means the mudari', and that's incorrect. The mudari' is talking about a verb. The hadir is talking about time. The mudari' is talking about the verb, and the hadir is talking about a time period, the present. So now we have two: al-hadir, al-madi. No. So الآن نتكلم عن الأوقات. We're talking about time, not الأفعال, not verbs yet. No. أقسام الأوقات. This is the category I want you to write down. The categories of time are three. Our sister says the answer is يعبدنا, and that's correct. المسلمات يعبدنا. Ahsant. Who's that? Our Shaykha. Allahu Akbar. Sister Zakiya. Allahu Akbar. المسلمات يعبدنا, and that's correct. طيب الثالثة, number three. Number three. المستقبل. استقبل. Number three. المستقبل. المستقبل, the future. طيب فائدة, a benefit. أحيانا العربية توافق مع الإنجليزية وأحيانا لا, وهنا توافقها. Sometimes Arabic agrees with English, sometimes it contradicts it. Here it agrees with it. The meaning of the madi, the meaning of the hadir, the meaning of المستقبل نفس المعنى في العربية ونفس المعنى في الإنجليزية. So this example here, past, present, and the future, the meanings of them are the same languages. If you understand the past in English, it's the same. If you